everyone, and welcome to the program where everything is up for discussion. You got me, Jeff, alongside the lovely Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
Hello, Jeffrey. How are you?
Do not adjust your television sets. This is not a large lemon drop you see in front of you. I am sporting the new gear here.
Lemon drop.
From the
Sexy.
As we broadcast from the broadcast studios here at Leominster Television, I'm sporting the new. Probably not going to be able to wear this too much longer. Summertime colors here for the T-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know you can't wear white.
Can you wear yellow like throughout the fall, or is that does people kind of frown on that?
No, it's just white.
Just white?
You're making stuff up.
All right. I always do. I can always leave it to you to point me in the right direction, right?
Why can't you wear yellow? Fall has yellow in it.
Well, yellow's kind of a color that looks good with a tan. You know, as you lose your tan, you become kind of white on your own and translucent.
Some people don't. I don't look
shit,
good in yellow. I look like I'm going to throw up if I wear yellow. So, some people can wear it. Some people can't.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I guess as long as I hold on to my tan, I'll be all right.
You'll be fine.
So you're a busy girl. It's still wedding season. Things are bustling down there at Shancakes.
Wedding season has restarted. So
restarted.
Yeah.
So it takes a little break for a little while?
A lot of people don't want to get married so much in July, although they do. We had some July weddings, but it's so hot.
Okay.
And, there's weddings all through August, but now that fall's coming, New England wedding in fall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so
yeah, that's true.
Trying to keep my head above water here and just get them done and get them done right. So
many weddings, so little time, as they say, right?
The romance is in the air. And then it'll die, probably mid-November, thank God.
Right, because everybody's thinking about Christmas coming up and Thanksgiving holidays.
Yeah.
And then you get a few Christmas weddings maybe along the way.
There's always weddings. I mean, people get married at the most random times, to be honest with you. But
yeah.
I have a February 10th wedding or something like that. It's like,
so they want to beat the Valentine rush, right? Why not? Everybody else is booking for the 14th. They managed to get a good reservation in, right?
It's all good. It's all good.
At some point, families just say it's only a day. It's only a day in the calendar. It is what you make it.
It's a day. It's a great day. It's a wonderful day. It's on the it's in the brain forever.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the only one that's really going to remember your wedding a lot. You
remember a lot of the weddings.
I know, but
you've been to.
I mean, I've been to hundreds of them, but people aren't going to be nitpicking your day.
The biggest challenge now, of course, is the heat. I mean, the heat is unbearable.
It's been a challenge.
It's been a tough go.
It's been a challenge. I'm not going to lie to you. Getting through it, we had one, Jeff, it was 90 degrees last Friday. Had to get a cake an hour away. So it was fine. It was fine.
That's when you crank the air conditioning and bring your sweatshirt, right?
No problem.
Good deal.
Good deal. Just added stress to me, but it's no problem.
If you guys are joining us for the first time, this is a show where we divulge into just about anything, any topic that there is out there over the many years. We have tackled it. We like to tackle both sides of just about all topics. And sometimes we come upon a serious topic that needs its attention and to be brought forth and to make sure that people are aware of things going on around them. And tonight is one of those nights. And tonight, Shannon, we're going to talk about animal abuse. And, the thing that really strikes me is that we live in a society where, of course, and we say it all the time, it's all about perspective. In some countries, people eat dogs. I mean, they're part of the menu. And in countries like here, people have them as pets. So, there is a huge perception difference around the world. But, I think we're all on the same page when it comes to the abuse of animals. And, these are all God's creatures. They're innocent creatures. And if those to say that animals can't love have never rescued in their life, because we're pretty much firsthand witness of that.
Yeah, we keep seeing those Facebook videos circulating around the bats. The bats, people are petting bats behind the ears. And
how do you...
Holy cow.
Wow. I mean, how do you even get a bat in that position? Like laying on its back, wings out, no thanks. No thanks.
And it's going...
Yeah, you do a good bat impression. This is a Shannon Sylvia bat impression. This one's going to make the highlight reel, right? Can you just do the bat impression one more time? Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Thanks, Shannon. Thanks.
Yeah.
I can do so many things with that clip now. That's great.
Yeah, you see a bat, you're like,
I see a bat, I'm off to the other room.
Literally crying and screaming like a Girl Scout.
I am.
Unbelievable.
Well, Girl Scouts are brave. I was more like
I've had to catch 2 bats since I've known you.
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere near them.
You've locked me out of the door.
I'm in the other room. God forbid. forbid.
Remember there was one in the hallway?
It's probably because you want to bring it in and let me pet it.
You locked me out of that place, and then you're screaming at me to get rid of it. And in order for me to get rid of it, I need something, and I can't get back into the house to get the thing I need to get rid of it.
You're the one that didn't come out in time.
And then the other time, it was flying around the ceiling fan in my cathedral ceilings. How the hell are you supposed to get rid of it?
That was creepy because it had gotten through the porous part of the bricks, and we have since fixed that. If you're watching and looking at,
So is that animal cruelty that you used tire foam to seal that puppy right in the wall there?
No, he was out the other way. I mean, they can go through one way and one out the other. But what we are talking about is serious animal cruelty and deliberate animal cruelty. And I put a question out to our Facebook fans: should the punishment for child abuse and animal abuse be the same? And it was very interesting. There were people were all over, as they always are, on this issue. And there were many, of course, with the obvious answer saying, yes, they're all God's creatures, they're all innocent, they're all loving creatures, and abuse is abuse. It should be exactly the same. Those levels of abuse should be distinguished between a four-legged pet and an innocent child. And, I mean, you and I are obviously animal lovers. We've rescued, we've loved animals all of our lives. How do you feel about God's loving creatures? And do you distinguish a human being from a pet?
Animals are innocent little beings. They cannot control anything. They walk around, they eat, they drink, they take care of their basic survival needs the best they can. They do depend on humans, thanks to domestication over the years, thousands and millions of years. They depend on us for things. And if they don't have certain things from us, they can die. It is not right to abuse an animal in any way, shape, or form. We think we're all powerful beings and we have control over everything, but to inflict pain on something that feels pain is just immoral and wrong. And I'm very, this is a heartbreaking subject for me.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a cat, a dog, anything.
By the way, we're going to spare you guys, the videos. We were going to do a disclaimer. We were going to show all the videos because they're horrible. And you can find them anywhere. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're online anywhere. I mean, they're everything from hanging animals over clotheslines with rope to beating them in public, to kicking them, to abusing them. And the poor animals, they just sit there and they don't know what to do. And, it's something that in today's society you would think that we wouldn't even be talking about something like this, but we are. And there are animals out there in the forms of people that exalt evil on others, as you said. There were some very interesting answers in this thread. One in particular: I love animals, but hurting a child is much worse, in my opinion. Oftentimes the punishment isn't enough in either case. So here's somebody that's saying, yeah, animals are one thing, children are another. It's both bad, but the punishments shouldn't be the same. So what do you say to somebody like that?
I mean, of course you can still do jail time if you beat a dog or a cat or any other animal.
But not enough.
And you'll still, not enough, but you'll still do jail time if you hurt a child as well. What do I think? I still think there should be jail time either way. Massachusetts, for instance, is extending animal abuse laws more than ever. So now it's tougher and tougher to abuse an animal in this state, and you will be punished. There was that famous case last year of the man who abused animals.
That's right.
A dog. What he did to that dog was deplorable. Do I think that we as humans should have put him through the same kind of treatment? Of course we can, but we can't do that. But he is now in jail.
An eye for an eye mentality.
He is now in jail, and for a good long time, at least a year, I believe. Now, will we ever in our lifetime see the same exact jail times and punishments for animal abuse and children? No.
Unfortunately,
we're not going to.
No, unfortunately not.
But, I mean, at least people are now on getting, there's animal abuse across the country. The authorities will arrest you, will punish you. They'll fine you. They'll take your animals away or your children. I mean, they're on it.
I think it's important for all of us, as we see this out in the community, because, we've all seen the story, What Would You Do? We all watched that show with John Quinones, and we all look around once in a while looking for him because of the shit that's happening in our lives. But, in all seriousness, if we see an animal being abused, if we see a child being abused, how many of us would actually step up and do something about it as opposed to just turn the other way and keep walking?
If I ever saw anything being abused, I would put an end to it right away. Call 911 on my way, running over there to get it stopped. I wouldn't be able to tolerate that. I don't care how big or small an animal. If it's a mouse, all right, we're going to talk, because I've been known to have to kill mice before, but not in my bakery. At home, I live in an old building, an old schoolhouse, but no, I would personally stop it if I saw anything. If I knew somebody that was abusing animals, done. Wouldn't even associate with that person anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I've called the police several times on people that were abusing babies. You know, I've seen 2 different instances in parking lots, one at Leominster Hospital and one in the parking lot of Marshall's years ago. Called 911 and told them what happened. I'm one to speak up when I see something wrong, morally wrong, as well as illegal.
It was interesting because there were quite a few people that were on both sides of this issue. There were some definitive yeses. I mean, absolutely no question at all. But there were others that said there is a difference. You know, eat an animal, socially acceptable. Eat a child, not so much.
Maybe in some countries.
In some countries. And that one comes from Bob. So thanks for chiming in, Bob. And
It's a good
there
question.
is some truth to that.
It's a good point. Like, where are we as humans to start writing laws that say, like, it's okay in one country and not in another?
Well, it's the hierarchy of the food chain.
It is.
You know, and unfortunately, you know, animals have been just that. They have been, you know, something other than pets for a good part of human existence. And now in this latter part of human existence where we've loved them as pets and we find love with them as companions, you know, everything changes. I mean, you can hardly say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore because it's not socially acceptable. It certainly shouldn't be socially acceptable to beat and maim and destroy these beautiful creatures of God that just want to love you. And that's all they want to do. All they want to do is love you.
It's true. It's true. I mean, you've proven that. I've seen it. We all know it. As pet lovers, even if you're not a pet lover, you can attest that you've been over someone's house, a loved one or a family or friend, and they love their pets and the pets love them back. You know, that's what it's all about. And it makes me sick to my stomach, even when I'm going down my newsfeed and Facebook or social media, when I see people posting pictures of battered dogs and cats. I'm so empathetic. It's disgusting, and it makes me cry. It wells me up inside because I'm attaching to that photo thinking that could be my pets.
Sure.
My beloved fur babies. We don't have kids, Jeff, so we have dogs together. And that could have been my dog at one point. We rescued a beautiful little dog named Curry from Tennessee.
We did.
And that, you know,
dogs changed our life.
She's got her issues.
Yeah, she's taught me a lot about patience.
Well, you know what? So what? She's got her potty issues.
Pound for pound, more love than any living creature out there. I'll tell you.
Unbelievable.
I've never seen something just throw themselves.
She's the biggest little attention whore on the planet.
Yeah, she is.
If you are not looking at her, she will just throw herself in front of you to block whatever TV you're watching or phone that you're texting on.
It is.
But we love her, and we can't even imagine what happened to this dog before we picked her up at 1 year old.
And you can see it in them because, and we've all seen the videos. We've all seen the videos.
Terrified.
And I love the video of the lady that works at the kennel, and she actually goes into the dog's crate
time with the dog,
and spends time eating in there with the dog that was abused.
I know.
And little by little, you know, the dog starts to trust
humans.
again, which is
it shouldn't be that way, Jeff.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Dogs shouldn't have to learn how to trust humans. We have to undo that kind of behavior. It's like some humans have to be trained to trust humans, and it's disgusting. I don't know why certain individuals in this planet hurt other humans. I don't know why certain individuals have to hurt animals because they're helpless, they can't defend themselves, and it makes them feel enabled and empowered. And it's just sickness. It's sick.
It doesn't even take that for you. You watch that stupid little lion commercial with the dog sitting at the
Thanks,
thing,
Jeff.
and you start to cry. I'm going to call you out on this because it is the funniest thing.
Oh, I'm surprised you're not playing the video right now.
I won't do that to you because you'd be bawling. But you can describe the video. What is the commercial? Because you watch it every
I
morning,
don't even know
and
what
it's
the
a
commercial's
tearjerker.
for. It's a stupid tearjerker about a baby, a couple that has a baby, and it's all about the baby, and the poor golden retriever is just standing there with this awful morose look on its face.
Nobody's paying attention.
And the father looks up and realizes that nobody's paying attention to it, and the baby doesn't want anything to do with it.
Right, because it's just a
she's
baby.
playing with a little stuffed animal lion. So the father, it's Amazon. He goes
That's
up on Amazon.com, one-day shipping, prime shipping, and he orders the little headdress for the lion costume, puts it on the golden retriever. The baby looks up. Oh my God, and then reaches out for the lion. Yeah, I'm going to cry just talking about it.
And that's pretty much when the waterworks started our house.
And then this is like this wicked, sappy, stupid, friggin' slow song that they play the commercial to. This lady.
But it's the look of the dog's face. You take one look at the television
I lose it when I
screen,
see the look on. I can't cry every time. I'm so stupid. Oh my God. I've never cried at commercials before because the dog just looks so unloved and unappreciated.
The reason I did that to you, Shannon Sylvie, is because it shows how much human beings can, love their animals and
they're just
be
acting.
part of their lives.
The dog's acting.
No, I mean you.
He's
I mean
got
you.
me.
I mean you.
I'm gonna write to Amazon and tell them to stop with the tear jerking.
You're not buying any shit from Amazon
Well,
anymore.
it's like the other commercial when the lady buys the miniature pony, throws it out in the pasture.
Oh, that's right. You love that.
And all the
one.
ponies are laughing. They're literally laughing at
well,
it.
he's
And
kind
they're
of a runt.
They're
Kind of a
kicking up
runt
their
pony.
feet and then they all walk away, leaving the pony there, and he hangs his head. And the girl's in the window going, "Oh."
gotta hand you a
So she
tissue
goes
for
up
that
on
one, too.
Amazon Prime, orders a doggy door for the pony.
That's right.
And then it comes, and the pony is now in her house, in her living room, with its head on her lap, and she's patting it.
And you're cheering
Happy
for that
ending.
pony. You're cheering for it.
Yeah,
literally.
he was the underdog.
You're happy. That's
They have
awesome.
brilliant marketing. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I'm already a member of Amazon Prime, so I'm not signing up just because of that. But
All right.
yeah, so tear jerkers. I mean, just seeing a stupid commercial with people and this dog are acting kills me. It
Wow.
kills me. But I mean, I wish more people felt that way. I wish people would. Certain religions put animals on a pedestal. They worship them.
That's right.
We don't worship them, and we do, but people should respect animals more. In some
People should
religions, you
respect
can't, the sacred cow.
All living creatures here.
Absolutely.
Everything has a purpose, and who are we to think that, we have that right to abuse anything along the way when we're all trying to get along in this big rock floating through space together, right?
I gotta admit, and you know what? With the power of social media, we're seeing more and more
It's
videos
tough.
coming out.
It is tough to
Well,
watch.
hold on though. We're seeing
and the
more and
people
more.
that are filming those videos are just as bad because they're sitting there watching this shit.
It's disgusting.
I can't-
And for
that's what
all the
resonates with
negative
me.
videos that are popping up out of nowhere, on the flip side, we have videos coming up of people doing things, interacting with animals in ways we've never seen before.
Very true.
For instance, the Facebook videos of the woman caressing the bat, and the
I
bat's
know.
loving it. There's a man that's nuzzling and kissing a fox that
Yeah,
he rescued.
and you see
Who knew that all these animals, these wild animals out there, were capable of
There's
love?
a young woman walking side by side with a moose. I mean, seriously, it must be a few thousand
and it's
pound
not just
moose.
opening up its jaws and eating her
No,
head.
the moose, it actually walks around like somebody leading a horse around
and
their
I'm sure it was
stables.
domesticated
It was
somehow. Could have been a
amazing.
rescue.
Oh, no, this was
but-
out in the wilderness. This was just like a random thing. Just amazing.
They probably don't advise
No,
that
that's
people
probably.
do that.
I'm sure this
In
took time to
fact,
develop the relationship. I'm not saying go up to a random moose. or
Well,
anything
people
like
are
that.
doing
So
that in
first
national
some
parks.
time,
They're
yeah.
doing selfies, and it's becoming
Oh,
an
that is a
extremely
problem.
dangerous act. You can't get close to the wild animals. They're hurting people. You're in their habitat. You
Yeah.
can't be going up there with the selfie
And
of the animal in the background. You're going to die. People are dying because of this.
And then the problem is that they blame the animal.
No,
But, I
it's
mean,
not the animal.
It's not the animal. You are now invading their territory. They're not
Yep.
used to you trying to get closer than normal to get your selfie,
Yep.
Take it
Then
from a distance like we used to. That's why they made these great lenses and these cameras.
When I had that beautiful white silver fox in my backyard
right.
pancakes, I took a video through the glass of
Yep.
it eating some cake out in the back lawn. You don't go near it. You don't try to pet the damn thing. It was having a field day out there in the middle of the day. But you know what? You gotta keep your distance. And of course, you were screaming at me. But people can't forget that more of us means less of their land. We're pushing them out.
Yeah.
We're pushing them closer to humans. Yet we're not respecting them. So it's a really touchy subject. But as far as going back to animal abuse, Jeff, it's got to stop. But I'm really glad that companies like MSPCA, Massachusetts state laws across the country are putting an end to this animal abuse. There's televisions, reality TV shows where people are breaking down farms that have dilapidated conditions, and they're dealing with it.
They are getting tougher, and again, awareness is the key. If there's something that you see, don't be afraid to report it, because the laws are changing in that favor. I think that they are becoming stricter and tougher as well. They should be, and together, we can put an end to animal cruelty. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. We're going to step out when we come back. We've got Shannon Sylvia bringing you the Who Does That as only she can.
Yay.
Stick around. You're watching Up for Discussion on Leominster Television.
Up for Discussion with Jeff and Shannon Sylvia. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
you hear that music, it can only mean one thing. It's that segment of the program when Shannon Sylvia asks, who does that? And now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Shannon Sylvia.
All right, guys. It's good to be back, Jeff. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
It's been a long summer.
It has been a long summer.
Fall's coming. All right, guys. I have 3 stories for you for the Who Does That, your bestest, most favoritist, awesomest part of the show tonight.
Always has been.
Jeff, I got to ask you a question. This kind of is going to segue into my story here. But when I really piss you off,
Oh, boy.
and you are just ripping, roaring mad at me, I've asked you to clean the house, and you just want to watch football. What do you do?
What do? I clean the house. What do you think I do? I'm a smart man. I clean the damn house.
Well, that was the answer I was expecting.
I guess I would just want to leave. I guess I would just get so mad that I would want to do something else, right?
What do you do?
I don't know. What could I possibly do? What would I do?
Do you go to the strip club, Jeff? Do you?
Nope, that's not
Go
me.
to the bar?
Not a
Do
strip
you
club guy. Nope.
Throw a fishing rod in the water for a little bit and go fishing, kayaking?
Yeah, just maybe something to take my mind off it. You never know.
Well, this man did not do said items on your list. This man robbed a bank to get away from his wife. So, this comes out of Kansas City. Kansas, of course, with Jeff is...
Not Canadian.
It's not Canadian.
No, not Canadian.
A little bit of a pregnant pause there.
Yeah, sorry.
We need to do these shows more often. Man accused of robbing a Kansas bank and immediately surrendering to a security guard told investigators he preferred jail life to going back to his
Take
wife.
me to jail.
Says FBI.
So he was so pissed off at his wife, he figured the easiest way to get to jail would be just rob a bank and just get it over with.
Try to see if
right?
you get away with it. Maybe you can get away with some money and actually leave the wife. But this guy wasn't in his
Sounds like
right
a
mind.
win-win. You either leaving your wife or you get money.
Lawrence John Ripple, a 70-year-old man, allegedly walked into the Bank of Labor in Kansas City September 2nd, handed the teller a note reading, "I have a gun, give me money."
Poor bastard.
Right to the point. And those of you that know me at Enterprise Bank, I tried that this morning because they asked if I needed anything else. I said I need an abundance of money. And I said, but I'm going to say that in a jokingly manner because I don't feel like getting in trouble today.
Did you remove your ball cap and your sunglasses and your hoodie before
Not the
saying
ball
that
cap,
thing?
but the sunglasses I do,
All right,
only because
just
I can't
checking.
really
That's
see indoors.
kind of
with them.
important.
Court documents state that Ripple took the money, sat down in the lobby of the bank until he was approached by a security guard.
In other words, he's trying to find the quickest way to jail. Just take me right there. Do not pass go.
This guy was bored.
I want the fast track.
Looks at the guard and says, "I'm the guy you're looking for."
It's like Southwest
The guy
Airlines.
wasn't really looking
when
for
they're
him.
calling
They knew.
zones for Southwest Airlines, it's like, yeah, that's me. Get me in that front zone.
Police
Hey, zone.
responded quickly to the bank, which is on the same block as the police headquarters.
Oh, how
Coincidentally,
convenient.
And Ripple was arrested.
That's not a coincidence.
He knew he was going to get caught. Is he really arrested at that point? Why don't they just give the guy an examination?
Your sentence, sir, is we're taking you home. Let's see, we are sentencing you to 5 years at home.
You're an honest man. It's not worth taxpayer pay or money over it. He allegedly told investigators he had been arguing with his wife and no longer wanted to be in that part of that situation, according to court documents. Poor guy had nowhere else to go. I'm just going to go rob a bank and sit there.
My God.
The affidavit in support of a robbery charge against Ripple states that the suspect wrote out his demand note in front of his wife, told her he'd rather be in jail than at home. So he was a very honest man.
I'm going to show you, bitch.
You know what, girls? If you're single, you should look this man up because he's one of the most honest men you will ever meet in your entire life.
At least there's no gray area with this guy.
Honest,
you know exactly where you
know
stand. I'm going to write a note.
So he's a little unstable, but he is honest.
I am going to write a note. I am going to the bank. I'm going to present that note that you're taking me to jail, and I'm never going to have to see your sorry ass want me to clean when I want to play football again.
He is a keeper, ladies. I should set him up with my mother.
There you go.
He is charged with robbery and aggravated robbery. Might have to wait to get his wish for jail over home life because he was released on bond Wednesday.
Who does that?
All right, second story of the week, Jeffrey. Hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Catfish falls out of the sky and slapped a woman in the face.
Not
Now,
Canadian.
for those of you that follow us, you know that this is a common problem when fish are falling out of the sky.
That's true.
Inexplicable reasons.
That's true. We've seen them on the street. We've seen them in puddles, and now we've seen
I've heard
them
it rain cat and dogs, but now these stories just
slapping
keep
some
coming. A
chick in the
Philadelphia
face.
woman had to skip her fitness class when she received minor injuries from an unusual accident. She was struck by a fish falling out of the sky. Are you friggin' kidding me?
That's one way to call in.
Lisa Lowry said she was on her way to core fitness class in Fairmount Park near the art museum when she heard a rustling in the trees followed by the feeling of impact on her head.
Can't make the class. I got fish face.
I think it might have been head, face, and neck because I smelled so bad afterwards. I smelled disgusting, she told CBS News. She said her walking companion figured out the cause of her discomfort. It bounced off Annie. Annie sees me, goes down, turns around, looks, and goes, "Oh my God, it was a fish,"
Flying
Lowry
fish.
said. Witnesses reported seeing a large bird fly away from the location of the fallen catfish, which
that
means
explains it. Okay.
which means it was brought there as
there,
food.
yes, it was
The
transported.
fish measured
That's right.
about 16 inches long. 16 inches
Wow,
long.
that's a keeper?
A bird got a 16-inch catfish out of the water.
haven't gotten
It
one of those
weighed
all year.
almost 5 pounds. Holy crap.
Wow. So there's no new species of flying Philadelphia catfish to talk about.
There's no
Okay.
weird like Al Gore evaporation / global warming crap, sucking fish out of the ocean and dropping them down on people.
All right.
She suffered a cut near her eye, but she can see the humor in the situation. I think it's just nice giving people a good story to laugh at, she said. The situation could have been far more serious. It could have been so much worse, she told CBS News. What if it hit a child? If it was not a fun experience, but there's so many worse things that could have happened. It's probably one of the strangest things that's ever happened in my life.
Who does that? Well, not for nothing. Catfish have those really sharp things, you know. You can get hurt on a catfish.
What do they have?
I don't know.
Sharp things?
In their mouth or in their gills or whatever. They have really, really sharp
Probably
pieces.
what
They
cut
can-
her.
they can tear
I know
you
that
up.
they make wretched noises,
Yeah,
like
and tear you up. They definitely tear you up. All right.
awful noises.
Good
Who
catfish
does that?
impression. Good
This next
catfish
story is a
impression.
great who does that story. This hails from Manteca, California. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm assuming it's right. A California woman said that she thought her Powerball lottery ticket was worth $1 and then $785 before a clerk hugged her. In all actuality, the lottery ticket was worth $785,000. So she thought at first it was a $1 winner. Then it was a $785 winner. Goes to the store to find out it's $785,000.
Thousand.
Denise Harvey, 58 years old, of Manteca, said she was scanning her scratch-off tickets and a draw game receipt at a lottery checker ticket kiosk when she came across the one that didn't seem to say, "Sorry, not a winner. I'm blind. I can barely see," she said.
My God.
She sought assistance from the clerk at the Oakdale store to take a closer look at the ticket from the July 30th drawing. "I was just telling him that I think I won $1, so he scanned and his eyes got humongous. He came around the corner, picked me up and hugged me and said that I had just won $785,000.
Wow.
I thought he said I won $785. Hey, I was still happy, but he said, no, $785,000. My legs went limp, and here I am. I can't even win a bar of soap at a freaking baby shower," she says.
That's something you'd say.
I can't even win a bar of soap at a baby shower.
But he won.
She said she
Three-quarters
lost.
of a mil plus.
Here's a good
Wow.
story, though. She lost her home and her car after her husband's recent death.
Oh.
And she already has plans for her winnings. "I'm going to be able to buy a little house. You know, nothing fancy. All I care about is having a place for my children and my grandchildren to come see me.
A little house for $500,000.
And keep the grandchildren overnight," she said. That's her only goal.
Good for her. Who does that? Good
Over
for
a
her.
$500,000.
Who does that?
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Sick.
That's
Awesome. Good story.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon, Sylvia, thank you for bringing us to Who Does That, as you always do, and thank you all for joining
pleasure.
us here. We appreciate you tuning in and watching us as we come to you via the interwebs on YouTube and also on Leominster Television. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Good night, guys.
Up for Discussion Live is brought to you in part by Rice Constable Service, Sasquatch Coffee, Shan Cakes, and Bailey's Bar and Grill.
Thank you.